Men in Black are back, but is this time around, are they more of the Men in Black, or is it more of the Meh in Black? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm discussing Men in Black International, and of course if you guys are new here, make sure that like and subscribe button right down there for all early movie reviews like this and tons of other geeky content. Plus you guys can also go over to Sandwich on Films on how to see films early like this and others coming down the road. Black International is a movie that I've been quite anticipating. You got F. Gary Gray directing this film, you got Chris Hemsworth coming in, you got one of the most underrated and up-and-coming actresses working today coming into this film, that is Tessa Thompson, plus you got Kumail Nanjiani voicing an alien in this, and to say, the Men in Black franchise, at least the first two, was something that I kind of grew up with when I was younger. There's a little bit of nostalgia to that. I really like the whole concept of the Men in Black, and even though I do know the second one and the third one in the Men in Black series were just good, or if anything bad to some people, the first one's always kind of held a very special part in my soul, and I've really always appreciated that for the most part. So going into Men in Black International, even though the trailers didn't wow me by any sense, it did look like it was going to be a fun time. But I gotta say, it's more of the meh in Black this time around. It's not a bad movie by any sense. I don't think this is a bad movie. It just felt like it was lacking a lot of fun and a lot of energy to it. There are some laughs in here. There are some really good moments to it. It's really bogged down by some of the elements of the story within this film, and we'll get to that. Before I get into my cons, let's talk about the pros, and of course the pros, major pro in here is Tessa Thompson. I think the perspective of her, of how she was a kid who the Flash didn't get her and she didn't erase her memory, and she ends up remembering about the aliens and tracking them down to even 20 years later down the road when she's older. I really like that perspective of that, because the fact is, I love the line even in the trailer and in the movie where she goes, "I found you." It's a unique concept to the Men in Black universe that I liked how they added that in here and added her as a newcomer into this new franchise instead of them just recruiting her. I thought she was good in this. I think she's one of the best actresses working today, and I think her character and the chemistry and the charisma that she carries throughout the film is wonderful. Kumail Nanjiani is easily, I think, the funniest part about this whole film. He plays one of the alien sidekicks who follows around Tessa Thompson and proclaims her as his queen. He is hilarious in this film. The second they introduced him, he became a round of applause to every single person in the theater. Every time there was a laugh, even though all the jokes with some of the other characters didn't work, every joke with Kumail Nanjiani in my theater worked, especially for me and all the people around me. I looked around, I saw people smiling and laughing. Even Chris Hemsworth's decent in here. I mean, he's doing the same Chris Hemsworth work that we've seen him do before in some of these action comedies, and he pretty much is just playing Chris Hemsworth. The rest of the side cast in general kind of fits in that same mold that Chris Hemsworth does. They don't have anything that sticks out in their vein, kind of how Kumail and Tessa do into this film, but they're all just fine. That's the best way to describe this film, is that it's just fine. Like, this film really is, again, bogged down by the story. The story is just a total subplot of, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, all the international areas, hit them all up, discover different aliens and different perspectives, but there's really no through line, and the through line that is actually there, again, gets bogged down by those subplots. Because me and my friend were driving home, we started talking about, well, like, if they would have tinkered this or tinkered that, you could have made it more seamless and weaved through a bit, because it does make the film a little bit long. Even the pacing for the film really isn't the best. There were some really weird technical aspects to the film that kind of were a little bit jarring to me. From the opening credits to some of the visual effects with the green screens, not all the aliens look pretty cool, but the visual effects for certain green screen elements were pretty bad. I hate to be a nitpicker on those, because I know there's so many people that work so hard on those, but they really just, it was jarring, and I don't know if it's the way that they framed the shots or the camera elements to it, but it never really got me on board. Nice hearing that old Danny Elfman score kind of intertwined with a new score, but at times I kind of wish they would have just gotten Danny Elfman to come back and just do the whole entire composing score. Men in Black International is just fine. It's a little bit predictable, and it's kind of painfully average at times. This is a really unique concept that I think could completely be sold and kind of just needs a new, fresh retaking. It feels like they really layered out and just said, oh, we got some big actors, we got this franchise, let's just try it out and try another one. But without that through line and that really good script to keep that same chemistry and energy to it, it's kind of just lacking in that department. Of course, guys, before I give my rating, make sure to leave you down your comments. Are you guys excited for this one? Do you like the Men in Black franchise, or do you think it's just fine? A lot of potential for this franchise, and I think just with the right director and the right writer, you could definitely get something special in here. Not saying any of these directors or writers did a bad job, it just feels average and meh. Yeah, Men in Black International. It's just fine. That's the best way to describe this film. It's average. It's fine. There's some nice little moments here and there, and Kumail Nanjiani and Tessa Thompson definitely are the big stars of this film. But that's not saying much when the film is really not have the best action, not the best comedy, and in fact, just kind of boring. I had fun with it at times. I'm not regretting that I ever saw the film. But in general, I just feel like there could have been a lot more to this concept, especially with everyone involved with it. So with all that said, I'm going to give the Men in Black International a C-. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this film. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. Let me know down below your guys' thoughts on it. Make sure that like and subscribe button. If you guys are new here, you guys don't want to miss out on any movie reviews or any giveaways that we do on this channel. Plus, make sure to hit up Sandwich on Films. But guys, until next time, before the Men in Black come in to phase me out, to pretend I never saw this film, make sure to stay classy.
It's the MIB.